say, there we
Yeah,
go.
it
All right.
took, yeah.
Why don't you do yours first then, James, in case you have to leave?
Yeah,
Well,
good idea.
all right. You're going to confuse me now.
No, whatever way you want to do it. So
We'll remember.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. This
Oh,
first
you-
one. So all my pictures today are out of an iPhone. And can you see it? Is everybody seeing the screen?
just seeing a
I'm seeing.
screen full of icons, yeah.
Yep.
I just
Oh,
see
you're
the
not seeing,
file.
you're not seeing the picture? Oh.
No.
All right.
Thumbnails.
All right. Let's see. What am I doing wrong?
If you click on that, it might come up.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's try this.
And
No. Let's see.
an Android, maybe.
Don't know what's happening here. Let's see. Let's stop here. I'm going to start all over again here. Share screen. You know, I had trouble today because with my regular drop box, there weren't any pictures in there. In the S mode drop box,
Yeah.
all there were bird pictures. Let me look. Yeah, see, there's just birds in there. Now,
Well, that's strange. Yes.
they aren't where they usually would be. So I found them in another.
Join me to have a.
I might have to have somebody else do this. I'm just kind of stressed out here a little
Let
bit.
me have a week. Let me see if I can find something.
Yeah, why don't you see if you can do it? I'm having problems.
No problem.
Well, then we're not gonna pay you.
I will send you a $500 refund.
There you go.
Fine.
They'll teach you to get
No contract was signed. So
Yeah.
done.
I think you've jinxed the meeting here.
Yeah, I think I have.
For all of this stuff. I'm going to try that again. Stop sharing. Start sharing. Yeah. Let's try it one more time just so we know.
and last resort, I'll take over, Alan, if you want me to.
Just camera club Dropbox. So that should be good. Share screen. Yes. Are you seeing something?
Yeah, I got a mountain scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I don't know how well it's going to flick through the images, but anyway, that's one of the first images up. This is one of mine.
Yeah.
So
Well, we're seeing what do they call it? Film strip at the bottom. And then we're seeing your picture up at the top there. And you've got information about the picture over on the right-hand side and another list of items here on the left-hand side.
Okay, so are you seeing this one that I'm moving around or not? No?
No,
Okay, let me pull
There. Now you see your cat cursor.
Yeah.
Boy, sometimes this is really difficult to get going, isn't it? Do you see that or not? No?
no. Well,
Still
we
the
see the
same.
picture, but it's still the same. Yes.
And the picture's rather small.
Yeah, okay, James. Steve, why don't you try it?
Okay.
I'll come back.
Stop your share there. Okay, you got it. Let's go back in and see. Yes, I think this one's it. Can you see this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a black screen with your list on
There's
it.
this picture.
There you
That
go.
looks-
There's
That
Alan's
looks more
picture.
like it, yeah.
Okay, we'll start with James's.
Okay.
I mean, well, wrong James. Okay. Here we go, Mr. Murphy.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, this is it's kind of a close-up of a pitcher plant. And
Wow.
a pitcher
Yeah.
plant, has fluid in the bottom and flies and things go into it. It's, I believe, carnivorous plant. So it's kind of just zoomed up on it.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. I would have guessed something else, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it does look like something else,
That
Yeah.
works.
but it is a
Yes,
pitcher
it
plant.
does. Yes.
So yeah, we
There
can
we are.
go on to the next one, I guess.
I was just looking at all the stripes here. I mean, I would have.
Yeah.
Is that part of the flower?
Yes,
Hmm.
it's part of the main part of the flower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks like some sort of fabric,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah, it
that-
does.
like
It does.
lawn chair seat cushions or something.
yeah.
Yeah, very abstract.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice
Yeah.
colors.
We'll pop to your next one here, Jay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And
Oh,
this is a leaf. And the reason I found it interesting was it looks like a leaf that has a picture of a leaf.
Yes.
yeah.
Leaf-
Oh, it's
leaf.
not? It's not that? It is a leaf?
It's just a leaf, but it looks like looks like
Hmm.
has a
Yes.
yeah.
I was thinking it
Yeah.
was, shadows of something
Yeah.
above it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
Was that in your yard or?
That was in a volunteer park in Seattle, and they have a hothouse there, and they have different sections of a whole section for carnivorous plants and desert
Oh.
plants and jungle plants and so forth.
Wow.
And I
yeah.
don't remember the name of the plant at all, so
Fascinating.
it's not
Yeah.
it's not a plant you're going to see around here.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah.
Okay, we can go to the
Oh.
next image, I guess. And this
Oh.
was from 2 years ago. It's also an iPhone photo. If you don't have an iPhone, it has a thing called portrait mode. And when you're at the procession, there's just a lot of garbage in the background and people and distractions and so forth. With that portrait mode, it just auto masks and you just like hit a button and boom, you're done.
Oh.
So
Excellent. Yeah.
extremely,
Yeah.
extremely simple to do, very fast. And so there's no Photoshop or anything involved in this. It was just all edited in the iPhone.
Hmm.
And I turned it to black and white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah. That.
Yeah,
Very good.
these phones have got amazing cameras.
They're pretty incredible. They really are.
Getting better and better all the time.
Yeah. I like the tones down on the shirt there and the collar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really nice.
So this is, I presume, a Day of the Dead celebration.
Yes, in Tucson. It's from not
Okay.
last year because they didn't have one last year, but 2 years ago. So I think that's coming up this Sunday, I believe.
Hmm.
Yes, it should be, I think.
Yeah.
I think that when I Googled it, it was this coming Sunday. And they're also going to have one down at Tumacacri.
Oh,
Okay.
Hmm.
They have a smaller one, but it's still a procession and a gathering down there. So
on the same day, Steve, or?
yeah, on the same day,
All right.
which it was strange, reading about this before, I should say in the past. This was like a month-long celebration. It wasn't Day of the Dead, it was like Month of the Dead. And so very involved, I guess, with the indigenous people. So
Oh,
Same place, same iPhone, same portrait mode.
yeah, the phone does a hell of a job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was all kinds of people in the background and garbage and very distracting, busy background, and
Yes.
it just masked it and did a really, really nice job. You can see the mask is not perfect up on the headdress. It's kind of a little bit fuzzy, but that doesn't really bother me.
no, no.
No. Not at all.
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
something.
Amazing makeup, eh?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's one of the most elaborate I've seen.
Oh, there's some that are even more elaborate than that.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
They get into some really wild stuff.
Yeah. And you can pop on to the next one.
Oh, I
This
like
sort-
this.
This is sort of a tourist photo. This is so this was taken near where I took the plants, and it's called Volunteer Park. And there's this giant granite sculpture, and of course which is I got kind of two icons here with
Yeah.
space needle in the middle and the big sculpture at the park there. So
Well, I don't know. It's like it's candy with a nice treat in the center. It's really,
yeah, big black donut.
yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Now, what did you take this through a window?
No, it's raining.
Okay.
I'm
all right.
standing. I'm standing in the rain right here. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
It's
figured there
Seattle.
was some water
It's
coming
Seattle,
down.
and rain is mandatory in Seattle.
Yeah.
So you must be a good singer as well, then.
Yeah.
I love it.
So any
that's
clue as to
quite
the,
a nifty little picture.
Yeah.
is there any clue as to what the symbolism of the girl with the heart?
Well, I think the heart represents probably the heart of Jesus. I think this is, if it was Day of the Dead, and because this is all wrapped up with the Catholic religion and everything else, I think that's that's the only thing I can draw, Jim.
Mhm.
Right. So yeah, so it has a symbolism of kind of the Sacred Heart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Sacred Heart. Now, why it
A
has
play on
things
it.
stuck in it, I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Looks like, not sure.
Yeah. Interesting.
All right. Should we go back up to the top and just roll our way down?
Sure.
Sure. Okay. So this is an image of it's called the Three Sisters. It's just in a little town called Canmore, which is outside Banff. And we took a little drive out there. I specifically wanted to take photos of these mountains, and I've seen others with water in front of it, so you get a really nice reflection. And I drove all around this town and I could not find where these guys were taking that photo from. But
Well, I thought there was a lake someplace very close to this,
there's
which is crystal clear and has all these beautiful multicolored stones in it.
there is a little kind of lake up further up the mountain, but you don't get this image in it. You don't get this view in it. Now this one's actually taken from the town itself, and there is a newer development there that has a creek running through it, but whether it has the right somewhere along that creek may have an opportunity, but I couldn't find it.
Well, this is our classic landscape shot.
Gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah, so
beautifully
Okay.
composed, balanced.
yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
yeah, we just had gotten some snow, so it makes it a little bit more interesting.
Yes,
yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. Brings out the texture of the mountains.
right. Yeah, if you zoom right in on them, you can see tremendous detail on them. So
Yes.
it's
Mhm.
pretty awesome. So we're good. We're good to go to the next one, Steve.
okay. Oh my,
Ooh,
Oh, oh, but
This is an image taken to the extreme.
yeah.
It's a shot looking up at an old truck. So this is the hood of an old
Okay,
truck.
oh,
okay. Hood ornament. Okay.
It's an international. I'm not sure. It's a
Mhm.
really old truck. So, and then of course this is where the hood emblem would be.
But it's
Okay.
missing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
I kept on just moving things up, and all these colors came out. So
yeah.
Mhm.
very nice.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because it fooled me. I thought it was the entrance to something.
Yeah, like
it
a
looks
tunnel.
like an entrance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
An entrance into another world, perhaps.
Yeah,
There you
yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. But you know, when you get this, when these programs, this is mostly in Topaz that did all this, but
Yeah.
when you're bringing these colors up, these colors must exist to some degree within the original image,
Mm-hmm.
you would think. Eh?
And you're just punching them up.
Just amplifying it. Yes.
I think it's really interesting in Topaz, if you go down the HSL and you hover over the different colors, it does show you that. It shows that, like, in areas where you don't think that color is, it is there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what that is. It's a, I don't know, 1920 truck or something.
Nice.
Yeah,
You kind of
so-
wonder if the sensor has to be picking all this up.
Well, that's what I'm
And-
saying. There must be something here for it to work on. It just can't invent the colors, I don't think.
No. But the algorithms inside the cameras must be toning things down a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
Making it more aligned to what we'd actually see, not what the camera sees. So maybe the cameras are going like, oh my God, look at all these colors, but I got to tone it down because they're humans, you know.
Yeah. Well, anyway, it's a fun shot. So
Yes, it's quite striking.
Yeah.
The black hole.
the black hole. I should have put a little door there. Maybe I should put a little handle.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey, that would be interesting.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Dress
we're
it up
good.
a bit. Next one.
Let's move on. Sure.
Oh,
Oh, pretty.
yeah, yeah.
So last on Saturday night, we got an alert saying that we were going to be having tremendous Aurora Borealis lights in the sky.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So we all went out and we're freezing. It's like -9 degrees centigrade at this point.
mm.
And we didn't see the the Aurora, unfortunately, but I did get some of the Milky Way, and you can see a little. I didn't punch it up because the main focus here was the bridge and the
Yes.
distance into it. But there is a little bit of the Milky Way just running from the left-hand side there. So,
That's a good night shot, though. It really
Yeah.
is.
yeah, it's I just like the tone, you know, coming from the
Sure.
dark right down to the
Mhm.
light at the end of the road.
Yeah. I like the coloration on the bridge too.
Mhm.
You know what? That must have came from some brake lights.
Brake
Oh,
lights, yeah.
yeah.
Is that bridge is actually green. So
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Huh.
this is probably at least a 10-second
Exposure.
exposure
Mhm.
here.
wow.
Huh.
Did you have a lot of noise in that you had to clean out, or?
No, I didn't have too much noise in it. No.
Wow.
Some of the exposures that we take are up around 25 seconds to get good
Yeah.
shots of the Milky Way. So we're ready for the next one, Steve.
Right.
I had to put another one of these on.
Nice.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is a nice little park, not too far from us, and it was a nice image. I didn't have to do this, but I can't resist. I can't resist what topaz can do to this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It still has, if you kind of half close your eyes, it's almost the same thing, but it's
Really
Just-
interesting shapes and colors.
yeah,
Mhm.
I just love it. Yeah.
So is it already real turning colors up there?
It's probably already gone here, Jim.
Yeah. It looks like it from the trees in the background.
Yeah, and this was a week ago, so it changes very quickly.
Yes.
So we've actually got snow on the ground here now, a little bit.
Oh, really? Wow.
Do you want to go to your next one?
Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How'd you get so close?
I've got a 600 millimeter lens.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It helps.
So it's on that trip out to Canmore, you go up to a place called Spray Lakes, and it's a pretty rough road up into the mountains. Anyway, we're coming back out, and I noticed some movement high up in the cliff, and here was a little herd of sheep up there.
Mhm.
Wow.
And, managed to. If they hadn't moved, I would never have seen them.
Yeah.
Camouflage is just amazing.
Mhm.
But I'll throw that in.
I
Wow.
think. Okay. And Mr. Bowman, you're up.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh,
Nice.
Ooh.
yeah.
very nice.
Mm.
So yeah, so this is right around let's see where they call it. There's a ghost town near, it's called Hsl. It's like near Sierra Vista and out that way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I just found this old tree that was kind of interesting
Yeah.
and used a little bit of kind of exaggeration from a topaz, kind of like a la the previous photo, and kind of like right in there in the middle is the sun that was just kind of breaking through the
Mhm.
branches, and so just kind of one of those magical moments.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So were they sunbeams? Are they
Yeah.
real ones or?
Yeah, I added to them, like I just added it was already kind of streaming through the branches, but I exaggerated them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'd like to know where that tree is because I would like to take some photos.
Yeah.
I've got a thing for trees just now, Jim.
Yeah.
Well, that's such a dramatic photograph. It's so hard to take a photograph into the sun,
Yeah.
and you got the beautiful silhouette of even the little fine branches. It's
Mhm.
really extraordinary.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice.
Good
okay,
job. Good job.
so on to the next.
Ah,
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
this was obviously a gamble quail, and he was in my backyard, but he was kind of standing on the wall, but I put the background in there. I cut him out and put a new background in there, and
Hmm.
boy, I tell you, it looks 3D. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and so I kind of threw the background slightly out of focus
Mhm.
and put the frame around it, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay.
Well, it looks like a really beautiful watercolor
Yeah.
painting.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I tried different ways I didn't like that white so much, but I couldn't, I tried various ways to change the color of that, and I
Yeah.
wasn't able to do much other than just distort it a little bit.
Do you use Lightroom, Jake?
No, I used
Okay.
what they call on one.
Yes. Okay.
And
I'm
then,
just remembering, not remembering, but I know Lightroom, they pushed out a new version at the same time Adobe Max started, which was last week.
Yeah.
And in that, Lightroom now has masking capabilities,
Yeah.
and they work quite well.
right.
Um,
Yeah, and I guess I could try masking, and there is a program that you just can change the color,
yes.
but it never was the right color. And so anyway,
Okay. Because I was just gonna say, because I've played around with the masking in Lightroom this last week a little bit, but you can go in and use a brush tool to mask out, but then this is in what used to be their adjustment brush
right.
area. Let's say you put a mask on that, and then you can go into color adjustment, and you can make that, whatever you mask out, you can make it any color that you'd like.
Right.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that would be, yeah. So that would be the only thing I'd like to do is just
Yeah.
to change that pedestal that he's sitting on.
Yeah, it's a little bit too eye-catching, isn't it?
Yeah.
did
Okay.
you just find that background? Was that something that you had saved yourself, or was that in Topaz? Or
Yeah, it was, I think it was in Topaz.
because it looks like what you did is you took the bird itself and made that background out of it. The colors.
I did because you can choose colors, and then it's hard to, have to show it to you, but you can choose a color on his like right down in his tummy there, and then make the background change colors as well.
Wow.
Oh,
So that's how you got such a great
Yeah.
match, because it's just perfect.
Yeah, it is.
But again, the white I couldn't deal with. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
that's another technical problem that I'll deal with next time.
Yeah.
Sure. All right,
Yeah. Okay.
on to the next.
Yeah. On to the next.
Oh, nice.
So this one, I don't know if you remember or were aware of a
Oh,
parrot refuge here in Arizona down by, well, it's going toward Benson.
Okay.
And
Hmm.
it's up from Benson going north. And it's a kind of like they take these parrots that people have abandoned,
Yes.
and there's
Mhm.
hundreds of them.
Hmm.
And
Oh.
so I had a parrot that had a very ugly background,
Hmm.
and he's kind of scraggly looking. That's kind of what he was like.
Yeah.
And then I took out the background and then again put this kind of more neutral background,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and then put a slight color, I mean like a painterly kind of look,
Yeah.
not much,
Mhm.
just a little
Yeah.
bit, and then just left it like that. So
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, the bird really pops on that background.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
This-
Yeah. It's
No.
nice shape between the branch and the wings
Mhm.
there. I like that.
And I like the composition very much.
Mhm.
It all pulls you right to the center of the bird,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
the wings and everything else provide points of interest, as does the limb that he's sitting on.
Yeah, I love a
Mhm.
diagonal and a nice diagonal there.
And boy, these guys can inflict some damage if you let them.
Mhm.
Those bills are powerful enough
I'm sure.
to
Yeah.
snap a broomstick in half.
Oh, geez.
So you don't want to get them really riled up and angry.
Yeah.
I guess not.
And not holding your fingers out to
Yep.
any extent either.
Yeah.
So yes,
don't mess with Polly.
no, they can take a digit off real quickly.
Okay.
It's a good picture, Jim.
On
I
to the
like
next
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow.
Ah,
Very
geez.
nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
this was, I don't know if you've been down to Patagonia and seen the hummingbird kind of reserve, I guess they call it.
Mhm.
It's by the Audubon Society.
Mhm.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, if there's just a lot of course, you have to. I think we're almost through with the season now,
Yeah.
but now the next one will be in March, April, that are really high volume of hummingbirds from everywhere,
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so this one was just one of the leftovers, and I just caught him literally midair hovering above the feeder.
Uh-huh.
And it's a tough thing to get a hummingbird in flight
Yes.
to really try
Mhm.
to not only you're using a little bit of a long lens, and then you're trying to also get a hold of just the right moment.
Yes.
So and then keeping them in focus is another thing. So those guys just dash, they just
Mm.
zip around all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's quite a challenge to photograph one of these.
And you got such great light on the bird,
Mhm.
because a lot of times you can get a good shot, but they don't have light on them, so you don't have
Mhm.
that beautiful color.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So it was just, there was backlight, and then there was forelight.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
You got light in the eye and everything.
yeah. So I got
Oh.
lucky, and but it's quite a challenge.
Mhm.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Next one.
And for the background adds to it too, Jake.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the kind of the natural. I kind of
Yeah.
don't like exactly this dark, the I guess it's a tree trunk that's in the
Mm.
background.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But, you know, aside from hand putting in a new one, I just thought, I'll leave it.
Mhm. Yeah.
sure.
It's not too distracting.
I don't think it's that distracting at all. Because you've actually got three. Um,
Yeah.
You got the one on the left, the one on the right, one in the middle, so it balances out quite nicely.
Right.
And also the horizontal limbs that are going across, one at the bottom, one in the middle, also helps to balance this out. And the bokeh is gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay, so on to the next.
Ooh.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is we're leaving tomorrow to go up to Mogollon Rim. And this is kind of like on the way up there, not last year, but the year before, or no, I guess it would have been 2 years ago, that this was kind of a scene towards sunset.
Mhm.
And, kind of this, and just the kind of wide open expanse of
Mhm.
Arizona.
Mhm. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And the little white tops on all the saguaros, and even, I guess, some choyas back there.
Yeah,
Really.
Kind of an iconic
Look nice.
desert mountain scene,
Mhm.
yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And clouds, yes, beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful
beautiful.
sky.
Almost looks like the state flag. The
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah.
oh, right, I never thought of that, yeah. Yeah. So,
Well done.
Yeah.
so this was like, I don't know if you've heard of Aravaipa.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's
Oh, yeah.
the area in which this was taken in,
Okay.
Aravaipa. And it's on the way to Globe, and then you go on from there
Yeah.
to the Mogollon Rim. But
Yes.
so yeah, so we're going to be going up there to the Mogollon Rim starting tomorrow. So I won't
Oh,
probably. I'm not sure if I'll be back in time for next week's, but at least you know, we'll have something. Maybe I get something over there in the Mogollon Rim. I don't know if
I
anybody,
bet you will.
I'm sure you will. Yeah.
but I don't know if anybody has gone to see the. There's kind of like some architectural, you know, rock formations that are really cool up that way. So I'm going to be going in search of those.
Okay.
oh, yeah.
Well,
Look
I
forward to
think
seeing it.
Yes, we'll be looking forward to that.
So is
Yeah.
that regular roads or tracks?
Our regular what?
Roads. Is it a
Oh,
regular
road.
road?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't get off road too much. So, so no, this is just kind of a pull off on the road going
Right.
up. And, you know,
Was this photo taken just near the road, or did you have to hike in a ways?
no, it's pretty much right near the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, you got to kind of be watching for those kind of opportunities. That's the big thing, is just that they can fly by you so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the road just outside of Mammoth?
No, let's see. I don't know the name of the highway. It's on the way to Globe.
Yeah, on the way to Globe, you take, is
But
it
it's not-
77 or 79? It's Oracle Road.
Mhm.
And
Right.
after the town of Mammoth, you turn on a road called River Road. This
No,
looks
no,
similar.
that's the bend. I think, yeah, you just keep going north.
Okay.
And there's a Indian reservation out there.
Yeah, San Carlos. Not San Carlos. They have a casino now.
Yes, the casino,
Yeah.
and it's a new casino,
Hmm.
and it's out in there in that region.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So it's a little further
Further
north.
Further north, yeah. But there's good opportunities all the way up.
Yeah.
So
Great area.
Yes.
So, okay.
All right, very good. Thank you, James. Maureen, I guess we're on to yours.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Ah,
That's the after. Try one more down and maybe that's the before. I try to load them in order, but okay, that's the before.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I cropped it and took it into Topaz and used one of their wonderful filters that I forgot to write down. And it gave it kind of a real angular look. And
yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Yeah.
geometric effect.
yeah, and I kind of liked it because
Yeah.
normally I do everything is very realistic and I'm trying to break
Yeah.
out of that mode, and I like the color tones that it put in, and
Mhm.
it almost looks like it's a collage, like you've got the edges of paper
Yeah. Yeah.
on the horse's face,
Oh,
but it
yeah.
really brought out the structure of their heads so beautifully.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I really
I like it.
liked
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Mhm.
Going to this one, I'm looking
Yeah.
at the plants and everything in the foreground, and it just
Yeah.
did an absolute beautiful job on all
Didn't
the
Mhm.
foliage. Yes.
And the colors that it brought in that weren't there, you know,
It's
because it was a
really-
very blah
Mhm.
landscape. And
Yeah.
I decided to really do a tight crop on it because the sky wasn't interesting and the mountains weren't really that interesting behind it. It
Right.
looked like noise to me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are they-
So,
are these
yes,
wild-
you're right.
These
Yeah.
wild horses?
No,
No.
No, this
my
is
friend
very
ended up
striking.
buying the one on the left. We went to see these two young mares. The other white one is an older gelding, and she ended up buying that one.
Very
She's
striking.
completely white
Yeah.
now. She was
Yeah.
a gray and white pinto, and now she's grayed completely out. She's all white.
Maureen, have you ever been to the Rancho de la Osa?
No.
Okay, it's down toward, let's see here. You go to
Sassabee?
Ajo,
Yeah.
you got to go Ajo and then beyond,
Mhm.
further west.
Ah,
And it's a working cattle ranch and
Oh.
horses, and they got many got ranch hands and everything, and yet they do a bed and breakfast down there too.
Hmm.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, is that the one that the people who own the White Stallion run?
It could be, yeah. I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them because I know they have one down in that area.
Yeah, it's called Rancho de la Osa, OSA, and there's really some.
That might be theirs. That would be
Ah.
fun to do on a short
Yeah, I
little
think you
trip.
could really get some good pictures there.
Mhm. Thank you for that.
Especially, in the western kind of a horse. I've got some, in fact, that I took this time, but maybe I'll share them next time, or at least
Oh,
one.
that'd be great.
And but you can just kind of go wild there with
yeah.
Yeah.
ranch hands and old
Wow.
faces
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
I know some of
horses.
the people at the White Stallion Ranch, and they've let me go take pictures of their longhorns and stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
really done the horses. I know I could, but I just haven't.
Yeah.
Good idea. Thank you.
So
This was out in Dragoon Mountain Ranch.
Okay.
Dragoon. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
This would look really beautiful as a mural too,
Ooh.
I do
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, I like that. I was thinking
Yeah.
of doing a mural on a wall in one of my bedrooms. Mm, I like that. You want to go to the next one?
Okay.
And I think, okay, that's the original. I have a thing for windmills. I just think they're just fascinating.
Yeah.
Go to the next one. And this is
Yeah.
many layers of texture and pushing colors and just trying to make it more than just a blah little.
Yeah,
Mhm.
very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's really,
Fantastic.
I printed it many times on watercolor paper. It comes out really, really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to me, it's got an antique feel, of course, but it's
Oh, yeah.
also, it's almost like it was on a metal plate.
Oh,
Almost like metal signs.
like a
in some ways.
lithograph or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
But in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the clouds.
So
Mhm.
Maureen, have you ever done like multimedia where you do print something on watercolor paper and then actually put watercolors on it?
You know, I have not done that. I printed, I used to print for a friend, and he does gouache, which is a form of watercolor.
Right.
And I would take photographs of his finished product, so his paintings, so he could submit them. And we were printing, then I'd turn around and print them on watercolor paper, and then he would go back and enhance them, because he does a lot of metallic paint in his paintings. So then he would go back on the print and put the metallic back in. And then he could charge more because it had been enhanced. But I haven't tried it. I should. Although now I realize I haven't used my printer in a year, and I went to use it and I think it's done. I mean, in order to get it back up and running, I probably have to buy the whole suite of ink again, which is, you know, $400. And I think I'm just gonna not do that. I'd rather maybe just be smart to buy a new one. But the ink just is so expensive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Kills you. You want to go to the next one? Okay, now here's the before again. So I've done something quite different to this one. So go to the next.
You showed this one last week, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I've done more to it now. I took the ducks out. I took the ducks out. So I pushed the yellows and blues and like 4 or 5 different layers to try to get this amount of yellow and blue color. And then I had taken this photograph of one of my son's bands. And there's this place in, if you ever get a chance and go to Laughlin, there's this place called Nelson. And it's probably, I want to think about 30 minutes away north, like going towards Las Vegas. And this guy has this huge collection of old cars and trucks and trailers. And this bus was there. And I put the guys in the bus and took the picture. And then I put one of the guys in the door. So this is one, and the next version doesn't have him in the door. And I just kind of wanted your opinion on what you think is the stronger image.
I like the one with the door. I like the one with the door.
With the person in the door?
The person in the door?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought about I have separate pictures of the drummer, putting him on the roof with his drum set. But then I thought, maybe you're getting too carried away.
You can never get carried away.
No.
You can have picture first way.
No.
So next week, maybe.
I'm really kind of partial to this one. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He added just a little bit of, I don't know, pizzazz, I guess, because the rest of them are all kind of dressed more in the dark colors and stuff. And he's got that blue scarf.
And he's a counteract to all the rest are just peering through the windows, but he's full height.
Well, and he's pointing straight ahead. You probably can't see it because this is kind of small, but he's actually pointing. He's looking in one direction and pointing in another.
Maureen,
Yeah.
I think that down at the bottom of the bus where the water meets or the bus meets the water, maybe you could put in some, like a dark, like shaping of that area there, because it really could, it just doesn't seem completely natural there.
Yeah, along the edge, just a little.
Make the edge darker.
Yeah.
Like a little Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't get any reflection there,
Well,
but
it kind of looks like the bus is reflecting in the water a little bit.
right. But if you put that dark edge, I
Yeah.
think it would make it really seem realistic more.
Thank you, because I've never done anything like this before. Truly, never. And when I got this done, I really like the color combination. And there's a exhibit that I wanted to enter that's primary colors.
Yeah.
So this is blue and yellow primary colors. And I thought, well, I'm going to just try this. And I just, played and played and played and played and played with it. And I had difficulty making it look realistic. But I thought it needed to be at an angle because the engine would be the heaviest part. And it would go down. And I had more water up on the tire, but to me, it needed to be a straight angle. And so I changed it today and went straight. But I like your idea of going dark. Yes, thank you.
Now, one thing you could do, Maureen, for the reflection of the bus, and this would just be playing around with it, but take that and duplicate, if you can cut the bus out.
It's already cut
isolate,
out.
Okay, isolate that, flip it over vertically.
Oh, yes.
Put it on another layer and
Yeah.
then just kind of subtract it out until you see it.
Yeah.
Excellent idea. Thank you. Thank you very much. It just was so much fun to work on it. Like I said, really something I don't do. I don't do this type of work. I deal more in reality.
Well, you're doing it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, you want to go on the next one?
Okay.
Okay, this is the before. I really thought this was a strong image, but the background was so busy that you couldn't see the bird for the cholla.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to go to the next one? So I cut him out of the background.
Now, are we talking about this one down here? Yes. Okay,
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, so I cut him out of the background and then blurred the background and then put him on top of the background. Then there's 5 or 6 images of Cooper's hawks behind him.
Yes.
Oh, I see them.
If you see,
Oh,
yeah. And just to kind of make it a little more interesting and really kind of make him stand out better.
Very nice.
Yeah, very well done.
It's a great shot.
Thank you. Yeah, luckily right in my backyard, and they were building a nest, and that's hence the stick. Okay, you want to go to the next one? I think that's the end. Go to the other one is the original.
This, yes.
Okay, that's the original, just a sunset with the agave. And then go to the next one.
Okay.
And I really pushed, again, the primary colors, the red, the blue, and the yellow.
Yes.
And then I overlaid another agave photo on top of it that I had also processed.
Oh, okay.
So it's one on top of the other.
That's another beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very graphic.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Topaz, just messing with some of the filters, and then also somebody mentioned that is it Hsl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hue, saturation, and luminance. Yes.
Right, and what I do with that is play around with the hue, because where you see that blue, that was really more of a dark purple originally, but I wanted it to be blue. So I just kept messing with that particular adjustment until I could get that blue color.
Well, I love that hot and cold effect here.
Yeah.
I think we should call this one Tequila Sunrise.
Oh, I just called it Arizona. I like that. Tequila Sunrise.
Looks like the Arizona flag also.
It does.
Yeah.
All those strong. And I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
very nice.
Yeah, interesting.
Very good. Yeah.
Okay, here comes my first one.
Ooh,
And this is
Oh,
the Museum of Contemporary Art building in Tucson.
Hmm.
The western, I should say the western side of it, I guess. What you're seeing there is the shadow of the deep orange is actually the shadow of the building projected on that
Oh.
wall.
okay.
oh,
Huh. Oh, yeah.
And they do, it's just a beautiful mural.
mhm.
It's in a very strange place as far as the building is concerned, but it's been cropped down a bit there.
Nice.
But I just love the effect.
Did you play around with the colors or those?
I'm sure I did, Maureen. I'm sure I pumped these
Mhm.
things up a bit. Yes.
Yeah.
That green just really hits you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
And the
that.
little blue dots, the little bean-shaped dots almost look like lights.
Yes.
That's amazing how bright those are.
Really nice.
Hmm.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. Very
And then let's see.
Cool.
Next one is Kit Peak.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
With a manipulated sky and manipulated sun rays too. So,
When you say manipulated, did you replace the sky then?
of course, yes, I did.
Yeah. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
That was a
Choice.
Luminar. That was a Luminar
Luminar
adventure.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So,
It looks very realistic
Yeah.
because the dome is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
strikingly lit up by the sun from the
Yeah.
sky. It's
Yeah.
really nice.
that's what that was part of the effect I was striving for. So,
Because a lot of times when you replace the sky, today I was working on something, I was replacing the sky, and oh my goodness, the choices I was making, it was terrible. You know, I mean, it's like you think it's a pretty sky, and then you put it in your
yes, it
picture,
looks
and
horrible. Yes.
it looks
Mhm.
horrible, and the light's
Yeah.
coming from the wrong direction, and that's really well done.
So next one,
Oh,
this
nice.
was done with the masking in Lightroom.
Mm,
Oh,
So I masked the subject, which is the young lady,
mhm.
with all the
Mhm.
color, and then took that and inverted it. So I applied the mask on everything except her,
Mm,
and then toned everything down to like a sepia tone at that
Mhm.
point.
Right.
And
Oh.
because the background's so busy, it's just
Mhm.
confusing. And she really was the subject of the picture.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That looks kind of
Well
misty at the
done.
bottom as well, Steve. You've got a
Yeah.
little bit of a mist
Yeah.
over her at the bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I like the way you've got some of the gray kind of brought in on the left side behind her head there. It keeps it from looking like it's just a paste up of a color picture over a black and white image. That kind of makes it phase into the black and white background.
Yes. So I think she was aware that I might have been taking her picture, but she wasn't looking dead into the camera.
Mhm.
Now the lady behind her was very aware that I was taking the pictures.
Yeah.
Where was this, Steve?
This was at an exhibit in Savannah.
Oh,
Oh, Savannah.
Yes, it was at their mantra. I should say their Buddhist mantra. I don't want to call it a festival, but it was an event, a week-long event.
Wow.
And she was like the most colorful person there.
Yeah. I think she qualifies for that.
Very
And
good.
so I should say that being able to do the masking in Lightroom comes in quite handy. It doesn't have I want to say the full capability of what you can do in Photoshop, but if you don't want to go to Photoshop, you can use these capabilities in Lightroom itself now to do some of the work.
Nice.
This one is up at the Arizona Natural
Oh.
History Museum in Tempe.
Oh,
It's one of the indigenous exhibits that they have, but actually the statue is gold. So I pulled it out and made it black and white and pulled the background down a little bit.
Mhm.
But I thought it was a striking figure.
mhm.
Yeah.
Did you process it in black and white? You said it was gold.
Yes, the statue, everything about it is gold.
Hmm.
So it was actually pulled over into black and white, and then the background kind of toned down more shadows.
Did you let any of the color come back through? There seems to be just a little bit of color.
I don't think I did, Maureen. I
Okay.
can go check and see.
Is it more
Um,
like you did a sepia tone to it, or?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Very
And
good.
yes, the next one is just an homage to this coming weekend, but
Oh.
Definitely not Tucson.
no, this is New York. This is La Katrina in New York, of course. I stole the picture of New York, so I can't publish this, but it was just a play. Well, it was plain. La Katrina was actually a statue they had at the Tucson Museum of Art in a glass case.
Oh, well.
So that took some time to pull her out
Mhm.
and to shade it correctly with the lighting and everything else. But I thought she worked well here in New York. She's on tour. I think I've got a picture of, she's on tour. I've got a picture of her in Tokyo, and I was kind of working on some other stuff, but
I was going to say she's not wearing a mask, but I guess she doesn't have
no,
I think she's
No.
past that.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's past that by
Yeah.
a bit. But I just had fun with this. So
Yeah.
Hilarious.
okay, Wendell, we're on to yours.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay. This is taken out in the West Desert a couple of weeks ago. I'd gone out in the morning for a walk up there and saw all this grass, but at that time of day, it wasn't very nice colors. So I went back in the afternoon late and
Oh, yes.
got it with warmer sun on it. And then I did accentuate all of the colors to make them stand out, get the mountains to stand out a little more clearly and rugged. But it was all done in starting Lightroom and then into Photoshop for a little touch up. But basically, it was a Lightroom conversion or process that allowed me to change the saturation in certain areas with the graduated filter. So, but anyway, that's just one close to home.
Yeah.
I was amazed by the way the grass was growing or
Yeah, I was just going to
blowing
say,
across.
Yeah.
grass is blowing along there. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I titled it Amber Waves of Grass.
Yes.
I wonder what that would look like on a long exposure, that grass. Oh, it would-
Well, if the wind wasn't blowing, it's been pushed over that way by the wind, I think, but
oh, okay.
it was basically a still day, so it probably wouldn't have made much difference in this case. But it does look like it is actually either water flowing or
Yes.
wind blowing it.
Yeah, it's definitely movement there.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Nice one.
Okay. You can go to the next one, which is the same general scene. Now, this one I did in Topaz, the artistic group, Sarat Afternoon, which it really did a good job on the golden color on the grass and the cholla there. But what I also liked was the pinkish tone in the mountains, like the sun hitting them late in the afternoon, the kind of when the hills are pink, it's time for a drink time of day.
Yeah.
So,
It really brought out the definition of
Yes.
the mountains. Yeah.
it did. And well, compared to the other one, it does have a lot more color and different colors. So
Mhm.
anyway, I tried several filters as usual, and this would seem to be the neatest for the subject anyway.
Mhm. Very nice.
So, okay, you could go on to the next one, which is
Ooh.
this is the old ship, the USS Constellation, which is in the inner harbor at Baltimore,
Yes.
and it had a pretty plain sky, so I did a Photoshop sky replacement, which did an excellent job on not taking out all the lines and
Mhm.
little details up in the rigging.
Amazing.
Now, the first time I did it, the two masts on the ship were too close to the background sky, so Photoshop covered them up with the sky when
Oh,
I
wow.
did the replacement. So it looked like all the rigging was floating in midair. But then I went back and I darkened the masts and increased the contrast a little bit on them to separate them from the sky, and then did the replacement, and this is how it looked. So
Yeah.
Very
Did a very good job on it.
Yeah.
yes, I was amazed. I've done some others that just didn't work quite as well. I thought this would probably wipe out all the little lines in there, but it didn't. So
I like
Pops
the
it out
rope.
quite nicely.
I like the ropes leading you right into the.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
very nice.
yeah. It was an interesting ship. We didn't go through it, but I think it was open for tours. So
Very good.
okay, if you're ready, you can drop to the next one, which this following one we're taking on a trip some years ago to Turkey, and we were in the Cappadocia area, and we took a balloon ride, which was very neat for seeing the countryside.
Yeah.
Only time we'd been up in a balloon, but anyway, this is taken from that. And this is just a Photoshop manipulation to bring up the colors. It was a pretty dull, cloudy day, so I tried to get more color into the ground areas in the foreground, and then replaced the sky with one that I thought kind of fit with the lighting,
Yeah.
assuming like the sun was shining through clouds and giving it a pretty flat, shadow-free look. And the balloons kind of almost look like they're pasted on, but they aren't. That's right out of the original image.
Yeah.
And,
I've always been amazed at hot air balloons, and
yeah,
it's kind of a crapshoot as to where you're going to land. And
yeah. Well, these guys were good. They brought us down right where the trailer was, where we had our champagne cocktail. So,
but they weren't moving the trailer to make up for it.
Yeah.
well, if they did, we didn't notice it.
Yeah. Drive faster, Louis. 5 miles farther east. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for champagne, there's an incentive, right? So
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
it's a very nice shot. Yeah.
well, thank you. And then the next one looks even more like a paste up.
oh
Well, that's a big gondola
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
or gondola. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people are in there?
Yeah. I think there were like a dozen people in it. It was
Yeah. If you sit back far enough, it looks like 2 6-packs of beer.
exactly. I thought the same thing. Yeah, the coloring looks like, I don't know, Pacifico beer maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
You're obviously very thirsty.
Yeah.
Is it 5 o'clock yet?
Yeah, so they're hauling it in by hot air balloon.
That's a great shot.
It is.
Anyway,
Go to Green Valley, though, you can start getting them at 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
There you go. You stay on your Eastern Standard Time.
yeah,
well, James, according to the pest control guy that came by last week, he was at somebody's house at 8 o'clock in the morning and they asked him if he wanted a shot. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you in another hot air balloon?
yes, we
Yeah,
were.
Yeah.
Yeah, and these
That's pretty cool.
yes, it
hills
is.
are like some I'd shown last week where they've actually carved homes and
Right.
Yes,
churches in the building. You can see some dots on couple little peaks on the left and some others further in
Amazing.
where they dug into the soft volcanic conglomerate, I guess it might be called.
Neat.
And the sky
The
is,
colors are neat. They work
Yeah.
so well on the balloon with the landscape behind it.
yeah, that's what I liked about it, this bright colored balloon.
Mm.
Like the two in the previous picture were relatively plain, but this one really was bright. But it does look like I pasted it on over the
Yeah.
landscape.
Yeah, with 2 6-packs of beer underneath.
Yeah,
That is too funny.
anyway,
Great. That looks like a brochure shot
Yeah.
for
yeah,
a travel
Yeah.
agency. It's
Yeah.
perfect.
yeah, or in the window of the balloon company offices.
Oh, and you've got just the perfect cropping for that.
Well, it's fortunate that happened to be the way I took it, except at the top, I had the top of the frame right at the top of the balloon.
Mhm.
So I cheated and I increased my canvas size up
Ah,
about a half an inch at the top.
mhm.
And then when you put the sky replacement in, it just covers that up along with the
Nice.
sky part. So that's a good way if you get too close to an edge to
Yep.
cheat a little bit.
Great idea.
So, but it works best on the sky where you got something
Hmm.
pretty easy to cover up
Yeah,
with.
right.
Anyway,
Great window.
okay, thank you. That takes care of them.
All right,
Good
there
job.
you go.
Okay. Wow.
Wow,
Well,
we're almost done
Yeah.
early.
yeah, not too much though.
Yeah.
Well, this was a good show, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, you guys really inspire me.
I'm
yeah,
always amazed at the variety that you see here. It's quite.
yeah. Yeah, a school bus in a pond, that that I won't forget.
Well, I started with a truck and I didn't like it. And I thought,
Yeah.
it's yellow. I need a yellow. Oh, the
Yeah.
school bus. I'll go back. And actually, I have a picture of the bus with nobody in it too.
Mhm.
And I thought, boy, I
Yeah.
could put people in the bus.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, that's definitely,
next
wait.
week, it could be a whole circus. Who knows?
yeah. Well, as is, it looks like it could have been a Beatles album cover.
Yeah. I have, I did from that photo shoot, I did a cover for one of the Las Vegas rock
Oh,
magazines, and they have a plane that crashed on this site and they just left it there.
oh.
And so it's a